my fantastic grade 5 mathematicians. How have you been? I hope that you have been staying safe and healthy and that you have been pushing in lots of revision. You know, I usually advocate that you make hay while the sun shines. As usual, I am Miss Yulita Brown Phillips, and it is a pleasure to welcome you today to our mathematics class. But just before we delve into the lesson for today, I want to share a conversation with you. And it's a very unusual conversation because it is between two hippos. The title of this conversation is Just Wait. Harold thinks he's handsome. Henry thinks he's hot. But one thing they're both proud about is that they weigh a lot. Harold brags to Henry, "I'm muscular, not fat. I weigh more than you do, dude, and 3 tons to be exact." Henry is humongous. Henry says, "Oh, please, I'm heavier than you by far." But Harold disagrees. Henry says, "I'll prove it. Don't mean to spoil your fun, but in kilos, I am 2,721. So the silly hippos argue long into the night. Their weight's the same, just different names. Both of them are right. Boys and girls, do you want to guess what our topic is today? Well, if you said mass, you are absolutely correct. Our topic for today is measurement. But in measurement, we will be zooming in on mass. We know that everything around us is called matter. And one of the characteristics of matter is that it has mass. The mass of an object is the amount of matter in that object. We measure the mass of an object by measuring the weight of the object. The standard units of measurement of mass in the metric system is grams and kilograms. We use a G to abbreviate the word grams, and we use kg to abbreviate the word kilograms. There are units of measurements of mass that are smaller than grams. Example, milligram. The abbreviated form for milligram is mg. Milligram is used to measure the mass of very small objects. The instruments used to measure the mass of objects are a scale and an arm balance. I am sure you would have heard about these before in your class previously. So let's look at the conversion of the measurement. 100 milligrams is equal to 1 gram. 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. Now we must be able to determine the unit of measurement suitable for obtaining the weight of various objects. Now, if you want to know what is the weight of a pin, of course you wouldn't use the largest unit of measurement because a pin is a very small thing. If you want to know how much a cow weighs, of course you will have to use a larger unit of measurement, kilograms. So let's look at a few examples. We have a pill. We use pills when we are ill to feel better. Now the unit of measurement of a pill is milligrams because a pill is a small thing. Thumbtacks. The unit of measurement we can use to measure the weight of thumbtacks is milligrams because those are very small. Take, for example, a bag of rice. Would you use milligrams to measure a bag of rice? No, that is for smaller objects. A bag of rice would be measured in kilograms. What about our body weight? How much we weigh? Would we use grams to measure our body weight? No, we would have to use a much bigger unit of measurement, and that would be kilograms. What about a car, boys and girls? Could we use grams to measure the weight of a car? No, we can't. We would have to use a larger unit of measurement, like kilograms. So boys and girls, you see that for different objects, we use different units of measurements to measure their mass. So let's get a clearer understanding between mass and weight. Because in everyday usage, we tend to classify mass and weight as the same thing. In fact, they are totally different. Mass versus weight. Let's look at weight. Weight is the measure of how hard gravity pulls an object down. The weight of an object can change. Weight is measured in newtons. Mass is the measure of the amount of matter an object contains, as we discussed previously. The mass of an object will never change. Mass is measured in kilograms or grams. Take, for example, the bowling ball. The mass will not change based on the location, but the weight of the bowling ball would be much lighter on the moon due to the difference in gravity on Earth and on the moon. So boys and girls, I have an activity for you to do. I wish you to decide which unit of measurement is most suitable to measure the mass of the following items: a paper clip, a sack of potatoes, an apple, a cylinder of gas, your father's weight, a pumpkin. Boys and girls, take a minute to get this done. Let's see what you have. You should be finished by now. Let's look at the paper clip. What unit of measurement is suitable for the paper clip? Yes, milligrams, because the paper clip is a very small object. What about a sack of potatoes? We can use grams to measure a sack of potatoes. What about an apple? We can use milligrams to measure the mass of an apple. A cylinder of gas. We can use kilograms to measure that. Your father's weight. We can use kilograms to measure that also. And finally, a pumpkin. We can use grams to measure the mass of a pumpkin. Boys and girls, it's now trivia time. Did you know that we weigh 1/6 of our weight on the moon? Yes, because the moon is smaller than the Earth and it has a weaker gravitational pull. So, this, boys and girls, has brought us to the end of today's lessons, and we are about to bring the curtains down. But we can't bring the curtains down unless we have the problem of the day. So for today's problem, TJ weighs 18 kilograms on planet Earth. Calculate his weight on the moon. I will give you a hint. Remember, we weigh 1/6 of our weight on the moon. So boys and girls, take a minute and solve this problem. I am confident that you, my little problem solvers, would be able to solve this problem. Should be finished by now. Let's see what you have. So remember, we said that TJ's weight is 18 kilograms on planet Earth, and we wanted to know how much he weighed on the moon. And I give you a hint. Remember, we said that we weigh 1/6 of our weight on the moon. And we want to calculate what is TJ's weight on the moon. And we were given his weight on planet Earth. So it therefore means that you had to find 1/6 of 18. Did you do that, boys and girls? If you did, you are absolutely correct. So 1/6 multiplied by 18 kilograms. How many times can 6 go into 18? 3 times. So therefore, TJ's weight on the moon is 3 kilograms. Boys and girls, I cannot express how proud I am of you. You have become excellent problem solvers. Boys and girls, I want to thank you for joining us today. And I want you to remember this famous Chinese proverb. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Boys and girls, continue doing mathematics. Continue practicing because practice makes perfect. And one day you will be an excellent mathematician. Bye, boys and girls. See you next time.